Shumirai Mupoperi says last season was the first time she's ever failed to get anything from the land. A situation she fears could have catastrophic implications for both her family and many more in the village.
We have never experienced anything like it. We don't have enough food because our crops failed completely.
Lands that usually receive a healthy amount of rainfall for their agricultural needs were left parched this year by the most severe drought in 4 decades. The World Food Programme estimates that almost half the country's population could suffer over the coming months, the so-called lean season, or the period between harvests when food is most difficult to access.
According to the ZimLAC assessment, they had projected 7.6 million people would be in need of food assistance or food insecure.
The WFP is currently feeding as many as 235,000 households. The government and other donors are also providing food handouts, cash disbursements, sinking boreholes, and making other long-term interventions to bolster the resilience of affected communities.
Ideally, we would consider this lean season successful if we can strengthen, if not all, but many of the beneficiaries, so that if there is another is in the future where lean season assistance is required, you will see less recurrence of the same people involved.
That's especially important given what seems to be an increasing number of droughts being brought on by various factors.
A few years back, we used to know that these drought periods happen every 10 or so years. Then they reduced to 7, then they reduced to 5. Now they are becoming more frequent.
Climate change has disrupted the even distribution of rainfall. More seasons now feature prolonged dry spells and short bursts of torrential storms. Efforts are being made to mitigate the effects of these climate changes and to better protect communities in the future. For instance, technology is making it easier to predict rainfall and other weather patterns so specific plans can be made to deal with whatever happens. While a switch to crops which are more resistant to the effects of drought are being studied.
Based on the artificial intelligence and the computer technology, as well as the real-time data from our automatic weather stations that are scattered across the country, as well as the radar images that show point-specific rainfall occurrences as they happen. It helps us to give that real-time information to the end users.
Analysts say that should enable them to take appropriate action, such as planting the right seed varieties in order to boost their yields and cushion them against shocks. For now, however, millions of people hope to survive the coming months and hopefully be ready for a much more normal 2025. Farai Mwakutuya, CGTN, Harare, Zimbabwe.